After a lifetime of researching the dynamic and enigmatic world of light entertainment, I've decided to ditch my notebook and meet the people who inspire me. What makes them the people they are? How do they feel about the show business landscape in which they find themselves? And in a world where anyone can be a star, is there still a need for performers who have universal appeal? Come with me on a journey of discovery as I get a unique insight into Britain's favourite stars with a little help from my glamorous assistants. Yeah, well, I say glamorous, more like hazardous. And of course, we'll have a bit of fun along the way.
Legendary entertainer and choreographer Kenny Lynch has been entertaining the nation for over half a century with his silky voice and cheeky chappy sense of humour. Among the few black singers in the 60s pop scene, Kenny was an unlikely symbol for social change as he naturally fell into the showbiz establishment. His association with fellow performers Jimmy Tarbuck and Bruce Forsyth helped to make him into one of Britain's most enduring and versatile stars. I caught up with the showbiz icon to talk music, comedy, and the recollections of an unparalleled career in entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kenny Lynch.
There's many different aspects to your career, so let's deal with the music side first. How did you feel getting your first top 10 hit up on a roof in 1962?
Well, I didn't even know I had a top 10 hit until it was already about 7 in the charts, because I was away on tour with the Drifters and all. And funny enough, the song that I had the first top 10 was their song that I'd gone to the States to do a track with a couple of tracks. Me and Mort Schumann had written a couple of tracks for them. And we went down there and we were rehearsing with them in Lincoln City in New York. And one of the boys, what name was he? They kept changing the lead singers then. Rudy had just left, and then Benny had just left. And then was Johnny Moore. Johnny Moore came to me. He said, "Have you seen our new record? It's number 1 in the States." So I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "You've got to hear it. It's great. I've got a copy in the car." We had a little teeny record player that we were playing acetates on, for the song, so they could learn it.
Yeah.
So anyway, he comes back with this song, and he puts it on for me, and he puts it up on the roof. I said, great song and all that. I said, give me that. I'll take you back to England with me. I'll get you, because I was always doing it. I took songs back for Cilla. I took songs back for Billy J. Kramer. I gave him a lot of his hits, Billy. I gave him Little Children and things like that. And anyway, so I took it home with me, and I made the record with them. I came back to London, and Wally Ridley was my A&R man. He said to me, did you bring any songs back with you? Because he knows I was always looking for good songs for different friends and people.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I've got one, but the boys, it's number 1 in America. They said, let me hear it. So I said, well, no, the boys have just got it at number 1, and they're coming over, and there's talk about me going on tour with them. He said, let me hear the record. So I played the little tunes. That's he said, it'd be a great song for you. I said, well, it can't be because, they've given it to me. That would be fair, you know what I mean? So he said, oh, yeah, okay. He said, why don't we do it on an album? Which if he hadn't have said that, there'd have been no trouble. And I said, oh, that's a good idea. When they've had it out, we'll do it on the album. I like the song enough to do it on the album. So he said, okay. And I went away on tour with the Drifters. Right, and I didn't know the record would come out because I'd been in Manchester for about six weeks of it, and just going from there like to Newcastle and to Huddersfield, doing discos and that sort of thing. And one day I walked into my flat, which was in Manchester, and the guy had been driving me mad. He's driving me nuts. He said, he's trying to get hold of you. He said, he can't get hold of you. I said, what's his name? He said, Wally Ridley. I said, oh, that's my A&R man. I said, I'll give him a call. And I gave him a call. He said, where have you been? I said, I'm working. I told you I was working with the Drifters and all that. He said, you got to come back as soon as you can. He said, your record's at number 7. I said, what record? He said, up on the roof. I said, you told me that you were going to do it as on the album. He said, oh, yeah, we thought you sang it so well it deserved to come. Oh, a fanny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said, oh, yeah, that's terrific, because I'm working with them tonight. So I go to work, and we were in, I think we were in, I can't remember the bloody name of it now, a very famous town right up north, almost in Scotland.
Yeah.
And so I walk in there, and I'm really embarrassed. So I walk in, and I walk past the Drifters, dressing room, the next one in mine, and all that. So I go in there trying to pluck up courage to go in and see the boys. Right then, I'm friendly with them, right? So I go, I crack up, get the courage up, and I go and knock on their door, right?
Yeah.
And the door opens, and they're standing in a horseshoe around the door inside. And they look at me, and they all go, "You dirty whatever," you know what they were saying. And then, it wasn't me, I didn't do it. He said, I said, well, he really put it out. He told me he was going to only use it on the album. And they all looked at me, burst out laughing, and said, "Congratulations, we're all right." He said, "We're number 15 with it anyway." And that's how it happened. I wrote a few more songs for him.
Brilliant. Did you know Brian Epstein?
Yes, very well. Very well. Brian picked me out. I went up to do a concert at the Empire, Liverpool, with who were they? Sounds Incorporated. And he told me about the Beatles, this guy, Brian Epstein. He said, "I'd like you to come on tour with us and all that." He said, "The boys said they had a laugh with you today when you were, rehearsing all the silly songs, because we never basically used to, we used to get on stage and just sing anything that came into our minds."
That's awesome.
So I said, "Oh yeah, I'd love to." And I finished up working with them. I was 4 years with after that. I think I did nearly every show they did, except when we were split up the shows. We did a show with Little Richard and one of the other big rock stars, and they used to split it up. It was me and Sam Cooke. Me and Sam Cooke out, or me and Little Richard out, and me and the Beatles. They used to change it round. So I did that for about 3 or 4 months with them, and it was and I had such a great time with the boys. I mean, I still, the ones that are alive, I still see them all the time. I see Ringo, because I go to, he's living in Cannes. I go to Cannes, I always give him a buzz, or I go up and see him.
That's great. What about Cilla Black? Did you know Cilla Black?
Yeah, I wrote 2 number ones for her.
That's awesome. What were the number ones that you wrote for Cilla Black?
Love's Just a Broken Heart, and What Good Am I were the ones that went to number 1. I had a couple of top 20s with her as well. In fact, I wrote more songs for her than anybody else. Only Burt Bacharach, I think he was about 2 behind me.
Josh is very intrigued by that. He's a huge Cilla fan, so...
Yeah, I miss her.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
He lives down the road from where I live. I mean, I used to see her all the time, and sometimes when I was driving home or driving into London, I just say, I'll go and see Sarah and sit with her. We break open a bottle of champagne in the afternoon and sit there watching telly. It was great.
That's awesome. Okay, staying with music, in 1973, you were photographed alongside many other cultural figures, including Michael Parkinson, for the cover of Wings' Icon album, Band on a Run.
Yeah.
What are your memories of that time?
Well, when we were on tour, me and Tarby, and we were in Glasgow, and we used to have all our calls used to have to be monitored, right? Because they didn't get the fans in and all that.
Yep.
And I walked into the after the rehearsal on the Monday evening about 6 o'clock. I walked into the hotel, and this Scottish lady behind the desk said, "Oh, there's a fella keeps calling you up here. Keeps telling me he's Paul McCartney." She said, "I know it's Paul McCartney, and he doesn't talk like one of those sort of things." I said, "Well, it might be next time he's here. Put him through, and I can always get rid of him." You know what I mean? Okay, well, anyway, she didn't do it for a couple of days, and then suddenly she said, "This fella Paul McCartney is driving me mad. He wants to speak to you." This guy came on the phone, and straight away I knew it was Paul. So he said, "How long are you in Glasgow for?" He said, "You're older to get." He said, "You're harder to get hold of than Simon Rushdie." It was during the Simon Rushdie period. And I said, "What?" I don't know. You told the girl it was you. You should have just phoned my. Well, no, if we had mobiles in those days or something like that. I said, "You should have come round." "How can I come round the hotel? I'm in Liverpool." I said, well, you should have got another way. And so I said, what do you want? He said to me, I'm doing a new album on Sunday. Are you coming back before Sunday? So I said, yeah, why? He said, I'm coming. I said, I'm coming back. In fact, I'm coming back on about, I don't know, I should land in London Airport about 3 or 4 o'clock. So he said, oh, that's great. He said, because we're in Syon Park, which is not far from London Airport. And then he said to me, I said, why, what's happening? He said, I'm doing this new cover, and I've got this idea, and I want all my mates, he said, to be on it and be prisoners, escaping from prisons. So I said, oh, that sounds great. And then I said to him, who's taking a picture? Because you get some of these guys who take hours and hours to do pictures and all that. Well, I used to go around with the model and photography set in those days. Yeah. And he said, I said, you ain't got one of those slow guys, have you? He said, no. He said, I've got Clive Arrowsmith. He's a mate of yours. And he told me he's your friend. I said, yeah, that's right. He's great. He took 3 pictures of that thing, just 3 pictures. It took about 5 seconds, and we got off. He said, I like it. I want that one.
That's brilliant.
And that's how he's done it. But you get some of them photographers, they take about 600 pictures, and by the time you're fed up having your picture taken.
Yeah.
Anyway, Clive Arrowsmith, who was a friend of mine, he took the picture, and he took 3 or 4 shots. That's all he took. It was great.
That's amazing. You say these days, it takes forever. These days, when they do a photo shoot, it takes forever, doesn't it?
Oh, not if they take them with me once. I don't have it done much anymore. I say, if they're those guys, look, take the picture. If you don't like it, it's unfortunate. I'm sitting there for hours while they take pictures and, indulge yourself.
Of course. Okay. Like so many other people of your generation, you frequently cited Sammy Davis Jr. as an important inspiration. What made him so unique?
I just thought he wasn't a great inspiration to me, like Stevie Wonder or something like that. But I was very friendly with Sammy because he used to come over to London, and I was going to do Golden Boy with him at the Palladium, but they wouldn't pay me enough money. I said, I'm not going to the Palladium every night and that kind of money. And I said, but I got very friendly with him, and I looked at that time I was running the Playboy music department, and so I looked after the guys that came to stay there and work there. And I got Sammy a flat in the Playboy, which was perfect for him because he was only at the Al Burnett's club down the road, so he was perfect. And we just became friends. I used to go down to Vegas with him sometimes and all that. And but the reason I really got involved with him was that he was such a fantastic talent. I mean, he used to do 4 hours of, I find that very self-indulgent, but, he could do 4 hours and never make a mistake. I used to go and see him, and I thought, Christ,
that's incredible.
How did he do it? He used to twiddle guns, he used to mime, he did everything. And I just thought, I'd never seen anybody so talented, and that was why, unfortunately, just a year before he died, we had a row over a girl in New York, and he died that year, so I never had a chance to, say him, oh, come on, it's a girl, And that was the reason I liked him so much, because he had so much talent. But more than anyone I've ever seen on the stage. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk comedy. In 1969, you starred alongside the great Spike Milligan for Johnny Spike's Curry and Chips. Frequently criticised for being overtly racist, what's your own opinion of the blatant, controversial tone of the show?
It wasn't that controversial. I didn't have one person say anything to me about it.
Oh, that's good.
And I didn't see it because it was, in those days you could do that thing, and it was just a laugh. And the people that liked those shows, they were, some of them were racist, obviously. But the point was that, we all thought it was just fun. Then when they stopped it, we stopped with them.
That's fair enough. Okay, the first time I became aware of your work was on LWT's long-running variety show, An Audience With. As an accomplished entertainer, would you have liked to star in your own audience with?
No. Tell you the truth, no. I wasn't. It's very awkward to say, but I just wanted to sing, be with Darby and the boys and Bruce and everybody, and that's what I did. I wasn't interested in becoming some guy who had to work every single night and weekends and travel the world. I mean, I did travel the world, went around the world 3 or 4 times, but I didn't want to be like Darby and Bruce and Elton, and they all wanted to be stars. I wasn't really that interested in it.
Yeah. What's the secret of your relationship with Jimmy Tarbuck?
We're just 2 old mates. You know, he's the Liverpool, same sort of background and all that, though he does get a bit squirmy sometimes. I have to tell him off. You know, he came from me like from nothing, and just don't be stupid. And we worked so well together and for so long together because we could row together. We had arguments, and then as soon as we had an argument, it would be forgotten. As soon as he walked off stage or if he walked into the dressing room, it would be forgotten. Yeah. And also, we were great golf addicts. From the many renowned misdemeanors you and Jimmy have been involved in throughout the years, I personally love the one about you being stuck on the motorway and having to be escorted by the police. That was me and Bruce. That wasn't Jimmy. Oh, okay. It was Bruce Forsyth, because he can't find his way off and on the motorway. Well, he couldn't. And I said to him, I'll tell you what, you know where you come off at and we were going up to Manchester. We were going to play golf for the week as well, besides doing the show, whatever it was. So I said, you know where you come off? To come off to London, that's like 4. He said, oh, yeah, I don't know. I was waiting on there. I was standing on the motorway with a set of golf clubs in the bag, and all of the police went past twice, and they stopped me and all that. And they phoned. I said, look, I'm waiting for Bruce Forsyth. He should have been here half an hour ago and all that. So I phoned him I phoned his mobile, and he said, lock him up. He's a bloody nuisance. He was shouting down the phone. Lock him up. He's always doing things like this and all that. And it's funny because it's in plenty of people's books and all that. I mean, it must have looked really funny. He's standing with a big bag of golf clubs, an evening dress in a bag, and my work clothes. Excellent. I like it.
Okay, in 2017, Britain lost a giant of entertainment. As one of his closest friends, what was Bruce's legacy on British television?
Work hard.
Work hard.
Work hard. He never done anything else at work. He used to look at me and, I could see it. That lazy sod he was saying to me, looking at me, you get on here and rehearse. Well, I did so many shows with him, he used to over-rehearse a bit, and I used to say to him, Bruce, and once we did the Bruce Forsyth Saturday night special, and I forgot, we did it rehearsed it so many times, I couldn't remember it.
Yeah.
And I said to him, Bruce, I can't remember this thing. I've learnt it twice and I can't remember it. Anyway, he said, okay, well, you can stop for a little while. And then I got it back. I mean, he loved to rehearse all the time. As soon as the pianist walked in, or the composer, or the orchestra, he'd be over by the piano. I said, sit down. What's up with you, for Christ's sake? We're going to do it later. No, I want to do this thing with him. And he was like that. And that's probably why he was so good, And,
yeah.
But I could never get that kind of enthusiasm out of being in show business, I'm afraid. I probably used it for all the wrong reasons, I just had great nights out with different people, and I met hundreds of celebrities and things, and I liked that about it, but I really didn't want to work that much. So that's the way I always was. Nobody ever had a go at me. I never worked. I always worked, so I knew what I was doing. But I didn't over-rehearse like they do. And that's probably why I get on with Jimmy. He's not much of an over-rehearser either.
Okay. In 2018, you reunited with many of your showbiz pals for the ITV show Last Laugh in Vegas.
Yeah.
How did this give you a new perception of your industry?
It didn't really give me I'd known the guys that we've been there, I'd known them all for at least 50 years. And I knew I could go in there and control them a bit, because they're all, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. And I said, sit down, enjoy yourself, we're in Vegas. And I didn't like it at all. I thought it was rubbish. And so
Really?
I didn't, I never took much notice of it. I mean, we were there for 10 days, we never went out. We never went out. The only time we went out of an evening was when we had to do something on film, like go up some, what they call that, like the London Eye thing and all that,
Yeah.
And that's the only time they let us out. I actually escaped once, and I had them all looking for me, and I was sitting in a bar in the corner watching them all looking for me. And then I walked out of the bar, and I walked out of this bar. It was on a crossroad. And I put my hands up like a German sniper, you know what I mean? They'd been captured. And they all suddenly looked round and saw me. I had my hands over my head and all that. They were going, where have you been? I said, I've been in here having a drink. Why? Am I under arrest or something? And they took me back, and that was about the only time I got out. I had to escape.
Of course. Well, you're in Vegas, aren't you? You should be enjoying yourself.
Exactly. There's about 20 bartenders I never got to see there. And I thought we were coming to Vegas and all that. And I said they wouldn't let me out. I was under arrest or something.
Under hotel arrest. So you wouldn't do any more reality shows then?
No, I didn't know it was a reality show until I got there. I never read the contract. My agents didn't tell me it was reality. And then when they told me after the second day, because I woke up and there was a camera right about 3 inches from my nose.
Really?
What the bloody hell's that? Get out there. Get out of the way. He said, oh, we have to take every picture of you on a reality show. I said, this is not a reality show, is it? Because I thought what we were going to do there was start to rehearse a show for the 10 days and then just go on rehearsing until we had it off. It was basically just that kind of thing anyway.
Yeah.
But I was just a bit... I hate it. I asked them if I could come home after the second day. I said I'd give them back their money, and they said, no, we can't. You're in the captions or that, which they hardly used anyway. But I enjoyed it because, the people who were on there, apart from Bobby Crush, who was I'd known for 30 years, the rest of them I'd known for 60 years, I'd done so many shows with them, with Cannon Ball and all the other people were on there. It was like being in a house with all your friends.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let us out, so we had to make the best of it. And I quite enjoyed the night time we were sitting there. He bought us plenty of red wine, so that was quite nice. And they photographed us getting in bed, getting out of bed, going to the loo, going to sleep, waking up. I mean, it was just a nightmare.
Really full on.
Oh, it was all 10 days and all that. I was having a scream up with the cabin boys and all that, and they liked it, but they wouldn't let them use it. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun being with my old mates who I'd met 60 years ago, and was still pals with them. And most of them I hadn't seen for about 6 or 7 years anyway, up till then.
Yeah.
But as soon as I walked into this room with them all, it was fantastic.
That's great.
Just, we all cuddling and kissing and everything. It was like I don't know what it was like.
No, it sounds good. Like just like you haven't been apart and you just hit it off where you left off.
We don't do that in showbiz. We can talk. Most of us remember when the last time we saw each other anyway. So you say I think it was 20 years. It was when we did what's it called in Manchester and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you've always got something to talk about, man.
That's great. What is your proudest achievement over your long career?
To last that bloody long. That's about it. I didn't think anybody could do that, you know what I mean? Even though I wasn't, because I wasn't like a big star like all the boys like Harry and Jimmy and all that, but I was there reigning with them and, and I thought that was a fantastic achievement to see as I only worked about half as hard as the rest of them.
Yeah.
But I didn't get their kind of money, so it doesn't matter.
That's fair enough, but you got what you wanted out of it. That's
absolutely
the overall achievement, which is great.
Very good. I loved every minute of it, and I've got so many friends all around the world. I was friends with kings and sheiks and everything. But we used to go away and do their private parties and all that stuff. And then, I used to go skiing with sheiks and different things. And it was lovely.
No, that's
I'll
great.
do it all again.
That's how life should be lived.
Mm.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much to our guests for being the subject to another Beyond the Title interview. If you like this, why not browse the website and see if there's anything that takes your fancy. Don't forget to like our Facebook page to receive updates on forthcoming interviews and to see more information about me and what I do. Thanks again, and hopefully see you next time for another Beyond the Title interview.